Alexa, play. Alexa, volume 5. Hey. I'm not playing this too long. Don't take me down, TikTok. Just playing it as we get some peeks in here. Thank you for coming in. Tap the screen. It's about to get lit because not only, okay, it's Mercury hour. It's Mercury day. Mercury's in Gemini. The sun is in Gemini. Jupiter's in Gemini. The moon was just in Gemini. Just moved into Cancer. But word on the street is our boy Trump is not a racist. Never was. Pardoning your boy NBA and Larry Hoover. All right, Alexa, pause. She's so delayed. Alexa, pause. So yeah, don't want to get taken down. I need the algorithm to get with it. But yeah, as I wait for everybody to come on in, we got, can you see, we got these two gentlemen of melanated complexion. I think Trump is melanated too. Y'all in a world of information about to come in with this Jupiter energy, this Gemini energy, this final few days. Let me take this down for a second. This final few days of Jupiter being in Gemini. It's at 27 degrees, which I want to say is a Gemini degree. Yes, it is. And we have the Cazimi. We have Mercury at 6 degrees and Sun at 7 degrees. They're right neck and neck. Cazimi means, hey, everybody, thank you for joining. Cazimi means that there's blended energy. So, yeah, we got in this Mercury day, and it's Mercury hour. What do I mean about Mercury hour? Okay, let me put my visuals back up. Thank y'all for being here. Tap the screen. Follow me. I'm TMZ. Oops, that's about the book. Where am I at? All right. So a few minutes ago, it was Venus hour. It is now Mercury hour. So I have everything in military time. 91:57 is 9:57. We're going to 10:44-ish, about 11. So for the next 50 minutes or less, it is Mercury hour. Mercury is the planet of information. It is the planet of writing and communicating. It's at 6 degrees, which is a Virgo degree. It rules the signs Gemini and Virgo. So just to let y'all know. Hey, everybody coming in. Thank you for being here. I'm TMZ, teaching everyone abundantly, empowering many. My name is Zakia, enlightening and evolving. This is Get a Life Astrology. I have a business. It's called Get a Life because Get a Life LLC, which is the name of the page, growing into divine adults. So A is for adults and astrology and loving yourself forever. So thank y'all for being here. Please, if you are a Gemini, shout out to you. It's your birthday. It's your solar return season. And Mercury is the ruler of Gemini, and it is currently in Gemini. What else is in Gemini? Of course, the sun is in Gemini. Shout out to all you 7-degree Geminis. That means your birthday's today. It's around today. It's tomorrow. It was yesterday. Hey, Imani. Come on in, Imani. I'm going to send you an invite, but I don't see your thing anymore, so please send me one so I can let you in. But yeah, we have so much Gemini energy going, and Gemini being the, Mercury being the ruler of Gemini and Virgo, and we'll talk about that in Virgo season. It means just getting some information. If y'all haven't noticed, especially with Jupiter, the planet of expansion, being in Gemini since last spring, y'all, getting ready to go into Cancer. It'll be my Jupiter return because on my natal chart, I have Cancer, Jupiter in Cancer in retrograde. But nonetheless, Jupiter goes through a sign every 1 year and a couple of months. So Jupiter will be in Cancer on June the 9th. and we have pushed Zane's book date up, surprise, surprise, to June the 9th. So the day when Jupiter moves into Cancer, I think it's also a Scorpio moon going into Sagittarius moon. So Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius. Just another good day. We were going to publish it on the 31st, which was also a good day astrologically for her. Request sent. Okay, there we go. I see you now. Thank you. We was going to put it this Saturday, but now we're doing June the 9th.
Hey, sorry.
Imani's here. Yes, I'm excited.
Me too.
I just got the energy today. I even found the app that I had on my phone because this is Mercury hour. It's Mercury day, and we're just talking a lot today. So on top of all that, I did have a lot about what I want to say, and we can definitely get to that.
Uh-huh.
But, hey everybody that's in here, thank you for liking and following. So yeah, I am just wanting to get to. I want to get to say what needs to be said because we're talking, we're communicating. I'm definitely going to make it before Mercury hour ends. Mercury, the hours last. And I just put this up, Imani. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see that.
So this is from the app. So I took a screenshot right before we started. So you see it says Mercury. It's between 21:57 is 9:57 to 10:54.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. What app is this?
It's called Planetaro, something like that.
All right, never heard of it.
You see what comes after Mercury hour?
Hour. Yeah.
I was eating at Venus hour. That's very, like I was eating before the live. Now I'm here to communicate. And moon hour is when it starts getting emotional and I start crying by the end of the live. So, and the moon is in Cancer right now.
Oh gosh.
We just changed the board.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I wanted to because Wendy's texted me and said she's coming, and I want to talk to both of y'all because I kind of want to act out what Say What Need to Be Said is all about.
Okay.
It's like align with all this Gemini energy, you know. We can't talk about that real quick. We could talk about our houses, the Gemini house. We could talk about AI and how like a lot of this energy, especially when Uranus moving into Gemini, so they're both at 27, which means they're both at the very end of their time in this sign because it goes to 29 and it moves into 0. Here's my cat, everybody. She's a Gemini. We put her birthday for June 13th, so she's coming up. Baby.
Oh, okay.
She has 4 names after she's Baby D, Cynthia, Cheyenne.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. It just paused for a second.
Okay. But anyway, Uranus is at 27 degrees of Taurus. It'll be in Gemini on 7/7, which is a portal day. We got some stuff in the chat. Hold on. Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining.
Hi,
Thank
everyone.
you for following, too. Okay, Natalie said, and this is Imani. We both come over here on Wednesday nights on my live. Please follow Imani so we can join her live one day soon. We're going to push each other's businesses and things. The moon is in Cancer, yes. I'm a Cancer. Crazy is going to get wild. Well, when the moon is in Cancer, it's comfortable because that's his home. It's an emotional, but it's more intuitive when it's at home. It's not emotional. Emotional moons could be like the Virgo moon, the Scorpio moon, and the Pisces moon.
What moon is it? What phase?
The moon just moved into Cancer like earlier today.
No, what phase is it?
Is
it wax?
It's waxing because it just came off the new moon in Gemini yesterday.
Oh, okay.
2 days ago. Yeah. So good to point out. Nice to meet you, Natalie.
Nice to meet you.
It's going to get wild. It's going to be, you could be emotional about some things. It's a lot. Whatever the moon is in Cancer is also aspecting the other cardinal signs. So there's a lot in the Aries. Like Baby D's is going to be here, y'all, I guess. She likes the limelight. She might be a Leo rising. So yeah, it's aspecting Saturn and Neptune right now. So Saturn is about discipline and Neptune is about your illusions. So get disciplined about your illusions because they're also conjunct. which means like wherever your Aries house is, mine is 6th and 7th house. I would say mine is in the 10th house right now. Because we're not gonna go astrology 301 now. We're gonna stick to 101 and just say that because the moon is at 5 and Saturn and Neptune are 0 to 1, they're in the same decan. They're close in degrees. They're the lower decan between 0 and 9, which means that might be the only thing that's aspecting your emotions. You're getting emotional about getting disciplined about something, or something that's an illusion you need to pay attention to and not let it get at you. Not make it you overthink or be over emotional about. What you think, Imani?
Yeah. That can be one aspect of it. Also, if you find yourself, you got to remember also Cancer is nurturing and it's protective, and it's a little snappy at the mouth
Yes.
too.
Thank you for
Cancer
bringing in
can
that
be,
part.
huh?
I said thank you for bringing in that part. Yes.
Yeah. So depending on where you have your Cancer placements, or young lady Natalie, with your Cancer, you said your moon is in Cancer. I don't know what house you may have that in,
Right.
but it depends on what area of life that you may find yourself operating in these traits, where you're dealing with family, but you're more nurturing or caring to your family. You might find yourself possibly in some conflict, snapping off, popping off, and that's an emotional response too. So but yeah, that you got to remember, that water sign around, or you can be creative, because that's also a part of that Cancerian energy is having some creativity. But I would say also focus on your home, because it does focus on your home.
I was gonna say something too.
Yeah, your home. So you may start doing some changes in your home, or feel like you need to change the energy in the house, or you may need to sage.
New too, because we just came off the new moon, so something new about
Something new needs to happen. So
or even yourself.
yeah. So but yeah, that's what that is. That's
Amazing. Yes. So
mm-hmm.
okay, let's get back to the Gemini stuff real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of houses, wherever you have Gemini in, I did have that pulled up, but we just had the new moon in Gemini, and then we're having the Mercury Cazimi right now. The Mercury's at home in Gemini. It rules Gemini and Virgo. It's in the 6th degree right now. Mercury moves fast, so it'll be in the 7th degree by morning and rising. The sun is currently at 7 degrees, so that's what we call it Cazimi, because they're in the same. They're combust. They're close to each other, in the same sign and closely in degree. They're 1 degree away from each other. Mercury normally stays with the sun, so there's a Cazimi a lot. But when Mercury has retrograde, then it moves away from the sun, but then it catches back up. I want to point out about retrogrades really quickly. The only thing we have in retrograde now is Pluto. Mercury retrograde happens again, I believe, in Cancer season, so we're literally 1 season away from Mercury retrograde again. But and it happens like 3 or 4 times a year. But when we have these Cazimis, because Mercury moves with the sun, so does Venus. Venus will be catching up. Venus is in Taurus right now. I don't know what over here. No, I'm sorry. Venus is in Aries right now, so it'll catch up and be in Taurus, I believe, next week. Nonetheless, this Cazimi is like blending the energies. So when you have an conjunction, you have energies that are, especially with the sun is showing whatever Mercury has like information for it. So like when Mercury was in retrograde, bringing all the information back to the sun. So it's like catching up with the sun, like letting it know, this is what I saw, when I was in retrograde, and the sun is like, oh yeah, and then they're both in the same sign that Mercury rules. So Mercury's ruling the sun right now too. It's giving the sun energy. The energy is giving it right back. The sun is giving it right back. What you want to say, Mike?
No, I was just saying, because I've heard of Cazimis and have some understanding, but you just kind of cleared it up a little bit more for me,
right?
With it. So yeah,
especially a Mercury, because like I said, just like Mercury retrograde happens often, so do these Cazimis, because Mercury will go in retrograde. Like I said, it normally stays with the sun. All of our Mercury signs on our birth charts, they all have either the sign before, the same sign as the sun, or the sign after. So like my Mercury's in Sag, my sun is in Scorpio. Sagittarius is the sun sign after. Your Mercury's in Leo, right?
Yeah, my Mercury's in Leo. Yeah.
What's the same is the sun.
And same thing with my daughter. Her Mercury is in Aquarius, and her sun is in Aquarius.
So it's and like my sign is a Libra stellium, but the only sign he has in the Scorpio is Mercury because it's either in the front of the sun or it's behind the sun. And when it's behind the sun, that's the most important because it's bringing the sun back. It's bringing the sun back information when it has its next Cazimi. I learned that today.
Okay.
So let me go in. Any questions? Thank y'all
And,
for joining.
and let me just throw in there because I am one that was born during a Mercury retrograde.
Go ahead, please.
To your life, or if you were see if you were born during Mercury retrograde. I just wanted to kind of sorry, hold on, I didn't mean for that to happen. I just wanted to kind of throw that in there because that can have some effects on you too. If you were born during Mercury, I personally say that Mercury, because I was born during Mercury retrograde, that the things of Mercury affects my life every day. So the clumsiness, I get frustrated or have issues with technology all the time. People seem to not understand me when I communicate or whatever. Just all the mercurial things I deal with, they're kind of, lopsy loosey for me on a day to day basis. But when Mercury is in retrograde, everything is smooth sailing for me. So, I don't know how it may affect you all, but just get to see what planets you have in retrograde in your birth chart or if Mercury is in retrograde. So I just wanted to throw that little piece in there because that plays a big factor. I know it do in my life.
Yes, and when you're like Jupiter's getting ready to move into Cancer, which is it's exaltation, which means it fits really well there. So they run back. Hold on, Natalie. I'm gonna answer your question. Let me finish what I'm saying. And Jupiter has been in its detriment in Gemini, so it's probably why so much information and people feel so overwhelmed and overthinking so much. I know I have. I know I don't even have many Gemini places on my birth chart except Lilith. But like it's still affecting me, Jupiter, because Jupiter is a planet that moves quick, but it's still like an outer planet, so it has to do with all the society. And society has been fed so much information in the last year. It feels, and Gemini is a quick sign too, so the year has even gone past so fast since Jupiter's been Gemini. And I just want to say, when it goes into Cancer, it's exalted there, it's comfortable there. This is when you do have expansion on your home. This is when you do like all the Cancer stuff, all the fourth house stuff. You have expansion in your family. You could have expansion, with your femininity, being a mother. Your children could have some kind of expansion. Expansion on luck for your family because it's, Jupiter in Cancer and it's exalted. So I just want to point that out really quick. And then let me answer her question. So they run back to the sun and like tell on us. So we go from or start from there. So it's like Mercury is the messenger planet, right? So whatever it had to redo, review, re-go through in a retrograde, it brings it back to the sun when it's Cazimi and it's in the same sign. So like Mercury was in retrograde, what was it, Aries and Pisces, which is a lot of what's going on with all these planets in Aries and that just left Pisces too. It's like telling the sun, catching up with the sun, like, okay, when you get to Cancer season, like all the stuff that happened in Pisces season, I might be going a little too deep. All the stuff that happened in Pisces season, you're a water sign. You can relate to this, especially when it's about to have a retrograde again. And by the time it's in Leo, then Mercury will catch up again and have it just talk about what happened in Cancer season. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Can you add more?
Yeah, that's that's pretty much what happened. Yeah, what happened. So
Hold on. What's your natal Jupiter? It's on all of our charts. We all got Jupiter in some sign. Whenever like all the birth chart is about all of our map of our life, where things were and what energies we had then that go along with what energies we have now. It's like our daily weather chart. Like it's like the weather. We have daily moods. We have daily something that affects us. Everybody. Nobody can escape. Nobody can escape from a birth chart or astrology.
Right. And Jupiter is one of the major planets, one of the personal planets. So you have the sun, moon, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, and Mars. those are like the 6 personal planets, right? And then you have the other planets, which are generational planets. So they affect they because they take longer to orbit the sun, or orbit the Earth. They affect us as a generation. So Pluto will affect people a lot. Pretty much a generation of people for like what it would. How long it take Pluto? Like 14 years or something.
14 to 20. It'll be in
14,
20
20
to
years.
move into Aquarius.
So
That's
yes,
that's when you get the generational changes. So like we just left generation alpha, now we're in beta or something else. Like we're
so Pluto,
millennials, the generation X, my generation Z,
yeah. So
Pluto.
Pluto, Uranus, Neptune, so even Saturn can affect a part of the generation. And then what's the other one? I always leave one out. Huh?
Uranus is getting ready to switch in July.
Yeah, let's say Pluto, Uranus, Neptune, Saturn.
Neptune, yeah, all the outer planets that deal with the whole society, they all just switched this year.
Yeah, they all just switch.
And those, how old are you? And I can be able to tell you what your Pluto is because that's our generations. Like the ones who are what are generation X? 40, I would say like 43 to almost 60 is Pluto, and Libra, which is generation X. Like 1971 to I would want to say 1982.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So yeah, if she's 40, then she probably got you got Pluto and Libra on your natal chart. Do you have your natal chart pulled up now?
She's 40. She's Pluto and Scorpio. She's she's like early millennial.
Okay.
40 would make her 1990. I'm sorry, 40 would make you 1985, right?
Probably. I ain't doing that.
That's definitely millennials. But you look up your 1984, so it might have been like retrograde. You might be like right on the cusp of Generation Z. I'm sorry, Generation X and millennials.
Yeah.
We did retrograde around that time. But Natalie, if you use astro charts and you know your birth time, I'm getting ready to go through the risings and how we can manifest with this energy. Because we had a new moon, which means you bring in new energy. What's today? Mercury day is Wednesday, so we had it on Monday night into Tuesday. Sunday night into Monday. Was the sun was in the same sign. The moon was in the same sign. The moon changes signs every 2.5 days, which is why Cancer moons is moody because that's the emotional part because they change. That's why Cancers are moody. So you said you're a Cancer, so the moon rules Cancer. My daughter's a Cancer, the one that you hear walking around in the background, the one that's writing a book. Please check out her book, Diary Dreams Town. Anyway, the moon was just in Gemini, literally earlier today. It's been there since Sunday night. Long story short, what was I saying, Monty? The new moon energies is something that we're going to talk about because we just had it. And the Cazimi that's going on right now between the sun and Mercury and how you can manifest it. So it's important to know your rising sign. Sun and moon signs are sun signs, yeah, but it also like you could be a Cancer sun but have like a Capricorn rising or rising, and that's totally different. It's like the other side of it. It's the side that people really it's the side that's impressive upon people.
Yeah, it's the side that it's your representative.
Right, your representative. So if I didn't know you were a Cancer and I got to know you, I'd be like, oh, you know what? You seem like maybe a Libra. Are you a Libra rising? That's how a rising sign is. It's the asteroid or the star or something that was going over the moon when you were born. The moon or the sign. I can't remember, child. So much. Thank you for liking the live and being here. But okay. So really quick.
Please tap the screen. Don't forget to tap the screen while you're here, please.
Thank you and follow us.
Thank you. And follow us.
Quarter moon, I don't know too much. So if you know your time, so like I'm born 11/15/1977, you know your place, I'm from DC, you know the time you were born. So if you don't know, if your parents are around, you can ask them. Thank you, Natalie, for the rose. And if you do, if you don't have them around, then look at your birth chart, your birth certificate. It'll have the time on it. Thank you for the rose. So yeah, collectively, how can we all manifest now without knowing your rising sign. So until you can get that astrocharts.com, whenever you can get it, you can put the time and date and place in there and then let us know. It literally takes seconds and you'll know. It'll give you a whole chart. It'll say your sun, moon, Mercury, all the way down. It'll say ascendant, ASC, or ascendant or rising. And that's what we need to know. Okay, to know your houses, which is the purposes of life. Purposes of life when all these planets are transiting through certain houses. So it looks like a pizza pie back here. So like I have all these right here in my it says 3 here. This is the house sign right here. So the Roman numeral 7. I'm a Libra rising, but I also have a Libra rising at the very end of my degree, 25 degrees, which makes all these all my houses kind of have signs, 2 signs in each. So that's astrology 301, meaning it's a little advanced. We're not going to talk about it right now, or me. We move into the collective. So what can we manifest now with this new moon that just happened in Gemini and the Cazimi is healing through communication, because Mercury again has to do with communication. Gemini, ruled by Mercury, communicate. A platform for voices that have been silenced. So we have a family business, and I have several businesses under Get a Life LLC, which is this page channel, which is the name of my business. Get a Life stands for growing into divine adults and loving yourself forever. There's Wendy. Hey, Wendy.
Hey, Wendy.
Send me the I'm getting ready to go into it. Perfect timing. Send me the invite so you can come in, Wendy. So I created a platform that I literally been thinking about since I was a child, because I've been holding stuff in since I was a child. Literally since 96 when Saturn was in Aries. I literally been thinking about 96 for the last 2-3 weeks. And it's just all time. It's all time. It's like having a whole Saturn return again, but it's not my Saturn return. So it's Saturn's return to the beginning of the cycle. So I created this platform called Say What Needs to Be Said, and Gemini season is when you say it, because if you know a Gemini, if you have any Gemini moon or rising placements, you or depending on where your Gemini house is, okay? Mine is in the 9th house, which is me teaching, and it's also partially in the 8th house, so it's a lot of secrets, a lot of hidden things. So I'm stepping into this energy where I need to kind of express myself and teach people how to do the same thing. Okay, that's how you use your rising sign to know where you have these planets transiting. And so this is the 9th house for me right here, where I have Gemini. Okay, so new friendships and new networks. Gemini, when you communicate with people, you make new friends, you make new networks, you make new partnerships. And then last, clarity on truth that sounds like you. So especially with Pluto and Aquarius, depending on what house you have, but again, Pluto Aquarius rules friendship. It also rules technology and humanitarianism. So like, it's like, somebody went offline. And Wendy, I don't see just Gemini everywhere, the Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Jupiter. Wendy, yes, but come on live. What happened, Imani? Why am I the only one here? I see you on the chat. Thank you, Natalie. Yes. I want everybody to know astrology, Natalie, so I appreciate you for being here, and I'm grateful, because I'm starting to be more consistent. I was like in my shell for a minute and working hard, and now I'm switching over. A lot of us are into entrepreneurship or just starting something new. Well, I've been on here a lot, and I come on here a lot, and I've been on TikTok for years. I just really wanted to accept. I really just wanted to, hold on, I'm adding them.
Okay.
Invited you, Wendy, and I added you, Imani. Okay.
Yeah,
I just want to have, a platform where I can teach, because I was a teacher for so long, but it wasn't really what I wanted to be teaching. Of course, I love kids. Of course, I love people with disabilities. So I was a job coach for them too, and I was great at it. But I just want to now be able to help people that like want to be helped. Not necessarily saying they didn't want to be helped, but just want to be helped in like the ways I'm passionate about, like astrology, consciousness, and building,
Yep.
ourselves, which is part of my brand, Get a Life.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Natalie. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, Wendy, I invited you. I don't know if she's still in here, but
She said she was eating, so give her a second.
I missed that. See, it all came in all
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah, I think she
Yeah.
said she was eating earlier because so that may be why she kind of
And I'll go
did
back
it.
into the rising signs and
Coming in.
I'll just say what needs to be said.
Yeah, it's she coming in.
Okay.
So yeah.
No, she's still here, yeah, but she's just not in yet. Okay. So let's use before I get into the rising signs, because Natalie, hopefully you have a second to look for it while I'm looking for this. Okay. Um, let's be clear about communications with others. Let's Gemini also has to do with twin stuff, right? So like siblings, not only twin stuff, but like duality. So your siblings, your friends, your exes, even your heart. I mean, not your heart, your lungs, your hands, your arms, your eyes, tech stuff. So your nerves is the Aquarius stuff. Tech stuff, media upgrades, and travel, short distance travel for Gemini. The opposite sign of Gemini is Sagittarius, and that's long distance travel. I have it in the ninth house, which is also long distance travel globally. And writing or teaching goals. So that's all Gemini aspects. So this is like the energy perfect for me publishing my daughter stuff. My cat is literally driving me crazy. Hold on.
Oh, she was coming in.
I'm sending now.
Okay.
You should be coming in. All right, baby D, come on, move.
Okay.
Get your
I
cat.
accepted it. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I'm finna mute myself because I don't want to be smacking in y'all ear. I was eating.
No problem. I'm gonna finish up with the rising signs real quick. It's literally like one
Okay.
thing for each rising sign, or three things, but quick. So like I was just saying, all these Gemini things that we're talking about, it would be best to do this if you know your rising sign. If Natalie's still in here. All right. So and Imani and Wendy, please listen for yours. Aries rising. Aries risings will have Gemini. Gemini is for Aries. Third house. Aries risings, clarity around contracts, tech, or siblings, because that's the third house. Manifest a new car, podcast launch, healing between relationships, and say what needs to be on your mind. So Aries rising is real fire energy anyway, and they have the Gemini house. All right, Taurus risings is going to be the second house. Focus on self-worth, money, and speaking value into existence. Manifest income, upgrade fear rates, self-respect, and release old beliefs about scarcity. Taurus rising is my son. Definitely working on his income upgrade because we all have businesses and we're all just trying to boom these things right now. Gemini rising is my oldest. It's when it's a new moon, it's also really potent on the Gemini and the Gemini suns and the Gemini risings. So this is your rebirth, Gemini risings. Manifest, reinvention, a new look because it's self-identity is the first house. And speak your truth boldly. The world is listening. I think, again, my cat is either a Leo rising. She's definitely a Gemini sun because she talks a lot. She likes to communicate, don't you? Oh, now you don't want to say nothing. Bye. Cancer rising, spiritual downloads, prophetic dreams. Cancers have Gemini in the 12th house. Manifest peace endings, divine guidance. You'll have ancestral messages because of the 12th house. That's like the unconscious house, conscious house, spirituality, spirits. And then journal, pray, and protect your mental space, Cancer risings, because it can get really out of deep, in the Pisces house, the 12th house. All right, Leos, that's Imani, Leo risings, community breakthroughs, because this is 11th house, Gemini for Leo risings. Social media glow up, Imani. Y'all better follow my girl. Period. Listen, when you pop off, we all pop off, Imani, because Leo risings are the leaders. Shout out to Donald J. Trump, president, senior.
He a Leo rising too.
Yes,
I
he
know
is.
he,
At
and
the
he's a
29th
Gemini.
degree, at the Leo degree. Him and Drake
Oh,
are 29-degree Leo risings.
oh
I'm gonna
wow.
go out there. And he's a Gemini. But
And I, and
back to all y'all. I love Leo risings. Like y'all can't do no wrong. Manifest, manifest viral moments, collaborations with true friends. So I'm a Libra rising. We sextile, we
yeah.
collaborate well. You know, Leo rising, Libra rising, and ask for support. Your people are listening. That's,
So let's kind of
let's
pause here.
phone in.
You know I got the.
Wendy, we'll get to do it someday, but we got to stop at the Leo risings. Go ahead.
I'm gonna let you get in. I'm gonna let you get in, Wendy. Just real quick. I was gonna say, kind of touch on how how the air signs aspect each other as well, because especially because you said that, because in addition to you being a Libra rising, which is an air sign, I also, my daughter is a Aquarius, and I had a long conversation with her yesterday, and it was like, one new things. It was a lot. A lot of stress was relieved, but we talked for probably about 4 hours via
God, Imani, you're gonna make me cry. It's not even the moon
yeah.
hour yet.
And so it was great. It wasn't like a
Oh
deep,
man, I'm happy.
healing talk, but it was like a beginning, a new beginning type of thing. And I'm proud of where my daughter head is. I was worried. And so I'm saying all that to say, just kind of touch on how, just like you said, how, something is aspecting the cardinal signs. You got all of the fire signs and air signs are sister signs anyway. So kind of touch on how they aspect.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Whew.
yeah,
I'm
they
so happy to hear
aspect.
that. I'm
Yeah,
so happy to hear
because
that. I'm
I
gonna get
was
back
on
to the
a
rising readings, but yeah, like I would say Leo risings and Libra risings, also Leo risings and Gemini risings, Leo risings and Aquarius risings. All the fire, like of course, Leo risings and Sagittarius risings and Leo risings and Aries risings. Y'all all would get along right now, especially um, if you are a Leo rising, because that's the 11th house that has to do with your friends and your groups.
social groups. Yeah.
Yep. All right, woo. Leo risings. I hope y'all listening out there when we play this back and all.
Right.
Y'all got the limelight as usual. All right, Virgo risings. That is my daughter Zane. Public image, 10th house.
Thank you,
Reputation
Natalie.
house.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Every Wednesday. Yes. And
Every
please follow
Wednesday.
her and share us, check out our videos and things, please. All right. So Virgo rising. Again, my daughter Zane, who created a book, has this Gemini energy in her 10th house of reputation and business. So my Virgo rising is getting the business. Public image, career, and purpose get a reset. Manifesting clarity on what to build next. I'm so happy because we already know what we want to do with the second book, and the first book ain't even came out yet. And tell your real story. It makes you magnetic. So again, go on my page. I think I have Zane stuff in my stories right now. She just put a post up. Not only is she, I'm shamelessly plugging in my Virgo rising. Not only is she a author, but she also paints. So we put up a video today of her showing some of her paints. So check her out, please. And for you, Natalie, if you have any young ladies or even young women, the book is for like 7 to 14. All right, Libra risings. That's me. Real quick for us. Shout out to us. New beliefs. We have this in the 9th house. Like I said, the house of higher education, travel. What else? Philosophy, teaching, manifest a teacher, spiritual path, traveling, or publishing. And I'm doing all those because I want to travel my ass up out of here. But Gemini energy, I have to stay close again. Can't go too far again for family reasons, but my Jupiter in return, so I'm at least travel to my Jupiter line in astrocartography. So we'll talk about that another day. Seek your bigger vision, share your truth behind pivot. The ninth house is also the truth house. I would say right next to the eighth house, which is hidden, the hidden house for this. So that's coming out for the Scorpio rising. I listen to Scorpio rising and Libra rising myself personally because hey Zane is in the live, y'all. Hey Zane. Is Wendy still here? Wendy live. What happened to Wendy?
Yeah, I think she left.
Oh, she just joined back again. Let me add you again, Wendy. Where'd you go? No, she just jumped back out. Okay. She'll come back when she can, but wrapping this up, I was saying I look at the Scorpio risings or even, like I did this one. I definitely use AI, y'all. No shame in my game. And AI, I prompted it to show me how to create these for the rising signs, to talk about the energies. Talk about Gemini house. So we go to the rising signs and it's talking about how we can manifest, what we should be looking out for and all that. So I listen to the Scorpio rising one too because my Scorpio is part of, like my houses again are overlapping each other. So I have two signs in each house. So I would have Scorpio rising would have Gemini in the eighth house. So Scorpio rising, release deep attachments, depth, sexual shame, betrayal, manifest forgiveness. Yes, intimacy and financial healing, that eighth house. And your vulnerability heals others and say what hurts to them. So I like mine on the Scorpio rising side too, because Scorpio sun and Scorpio moon can also listen to this. All the moon rising and sun signs can listen to the rising reports. So this one hits because it's eighth house is hidden stuff that needs to be said. Gemini. Okay, Wendy, you're back. Here we go. Yes. So like I was saying just now about how I use Libra rising and Scorpio rising for me because I'm Scorpio sun and I'm a Libra rising. But I listen to both rising and I was saying how Aquarius stuff is helping me work all this down for everybody else. So Wendy, I hope you heard the Leo one. You definitely did, I think, before you left. Thank y'all for the likes.
Yeah, I heard the Leo. I was waiting on the Aquarius.
Right, but
that's my rising.
But you can still listen to the Leo stuff too because you're Leo.
Okay.
So
because they tried to restrict me earlier, so that's definitely I'm being stalked anyway. I say the Leo was on point because I am being stalked. I was on live earlier. They tried to restrict me and shit. Hating ass.
But you know what? Because you got that Leo energy too. Even though you're Aquarius rising, you still got that Leo energy. So everybody just flocks to you anyway. Mm-hmm. Your lives be lit.
Yeah, that fire gonna be there with that ammo, blow their ass up.
200 people at a time. You said what? Your lives be on 200 people at a time. I'd be like, oh, she good.
No, I wasn't. That shit, they can't restrict me. It was only like 30 people in there. I don't even care if it's a big crowd or not, as long as people get what they supposed to get.
Right. No,
they was mad as hell.
Like sometimes it is a big crowd because that Leo energy can attract a big crowd. That Leo energy, nonetheless, right? All right, let's get to it. Hurry up and go through the rest of them. Not hurry up, but I'm gonna get to Aquarius in two more. So Sagittarius risings have Gemini in the seventh house. Sagittarius risings relationships are mirrors. That's the deep one. Time to reset your expectations. My exes are Sagittarius. I hope that one hits. Two of the exes. And the Leo. This is where I brought Imani, and I told y'all I'm excited about talking about say what needs to be said because y'all my two Leo. Well, not Imani. I've been friends with Imani for a while, but Wendy's one of my new Leo friends that I could really go to, and I really had two Leo friends that I went to. One of them was a Sagittarius rising, and I just cut them bitches loose. Not to call them bitches because I'm grateful for their friendship, but we're just on different paths now. Anyway, so Sagittarius rising relationships are mirrors. Time to reset your expectations and manifest truth-based partnerships, align contracts. That's seventh house, partnerships, marriage, relationships all together. Gemini, Sagittarius risings, seventh house, own your part, invite a new type of connection. So that's deep because, I feel like all the Sagittarius risers need to find somebody they can really connect with. It wasn't me. Even though Libra risers, sextile with Sagittarius risers, it just wasn't me with those few. Anyway, but it could have been our sun signs. Thank you for the likes. All right, so Capricorn rising, your habits. Capricorn risers have Gemini in the 6th house. Your habits, health, and service are evolving. This is the house of service. Manifest a new work-life rhythm, better boundaries, and your time and energy matters. Speak up about limits. And here we go with the Aquarius rising for Wendy. And Wendy, chime in after I read it, okay? So Aquarius, you have Gemini in the 5th house. That's the Leo house, the opposite sign of Aquarius. So that's why I said tap into both of these. And Imani, you can even tap into it because it's just your opposite sign, right? So anytime we can also think of it not just being our sun, moon, or rising sign, we can think about the opposite sign.
Yep.
All right, so Aquarius rising, romance, art, and fun, and inner child healing because Leo house, child house. Aquarius rises manifest creativity right now, visibility, and confidence. Like Wendy said, it doesn't have to be a whole big crowd in there. It's literally just, getting the message across. You're confident about your message. You're confident about getting it across, and people will come. And say yes to your joy. Speak your dreams aloud. So, Aquarius rising in the 5th house with the Gemini energy is definitely create, and communicate and put yourself out there, which is easy for Leos and Aquarius, I feel like. What'd you think about that, Wendy?
Point. It is so true. So with Gemini, I'm like, dang, Gemini straight took over the whole solar system. So when I was reading, I'm like, dang, like it's in 4 places. I'm like, dang, but it's in my 5th house. So wait, what you say? If it's in the 5th house, what that mean again?
The 5th house is child. So it's like your child energy. It's also romance. You said somebody was stalking you. It's love affairs.
Crazy, because it did.
Creativity. It's your self-expression. It also could be drama. Because, like, the only part that I would say that really irritates me, and I'm just being honest, y'all, I'm Gemini energy in the truth house, right? So for me, the Leo energy could be dramatic sometimes. So, like, that stalker is a big deal, but is it something that you fix your energy on? Or do you want to put it into something?
It's minute as fuck because I don't care because it is a stalker. And I knew it was something romantic because of the songs I keep channeling. Literally for the past 3 days, I'm channeling Mariah Carey and Toni Braxton. It's Mariah Carey, I give my all to have one more night with you. And then it goes to Toni Braxton. It goes to that Toni Braxton song. The other song, it sound like that song. I
know
damn, it's I give my all to have one more night with you. I live my life to feel your body next to mine. And I can, yes. That's the song. Right after that, it go to
Unbreak My Heart.
Don't leave me in on this pain. Don't leave me out in the rain. So it go from that song to that song. I'm like, this is a fucking crazy ass stalker. This is an ex. This is somebody that's who restricted me though. And they pissed. They pissed at me because they blocked. Wow. Yeah, no, I'm not restricted though. They try to restrict me. So when they try to restrict me, it is show the restriction. But they can't get rid of me. And when I'm pulling, I kept pulling obsession, animosity, evil eye, love spell in reverse, love offer in reverse. I'm like somebody mad because I'm not fucking with them.
You got Jupiter,
weirdo, and it's not
all you got Jupiter expanding like all these people coming at you in the 5th house too. Love affairs.
Poor sluts.
Did you say poor sluts? Huh?
Exactly. Fuck them. I ain't worried about them people. They weird.
Yeah. I mean, people going people. And especially this Gemini energy is gonna make it over the top. Gemini is chatterbox, is gossipy too. So it's gonna be the energies. But okay, I'm gonna get to the final rising sign. We're in moon energy now too, so the times have switched. I don't have the capabilities of going to my planetary clock, but after Mercury hour is moon hour. But since it's Mercury day and we're talking about the Mercury energies, we're gonna stick with it. I appreciate y'all for being here. Everyone is coming in live. Please follow me, Imani, and Wendy. If you're not, I'm sure Wendy is bringing her crew up in here like we just talked about. All right, Pisces rising is the last one. So Pisces have Gemini in the 4th house. The house of Pisces risers have Gemini in the 4th house. The house of home, Cancer energy we just talked about with Natalie, family, self-care, your foundations, your mother, children, woman, femininity energies. Okay, so Pisces risings, home, family, and emotional roots are spotlighted. You manifest peace, relocation, or generational healing. Speak the unspoken family truth. You're the cycle breaker. That's deep. I like that for Pisces risings. I also have a video. It's a long video, y'all, but I did do these breakdowns on my page. So please go check those out if you haven't already. Thank you, Duke, for the likes and the gifts. Well, thank you, Duke, for being here. Hi. Thank you. I just took out my hair and I'm actually going to go. I was talking to my Gemini rising daughter, my oldest daughter, Milan, who does hair. And I told her, I said, I'm tired of braids and locks and all that stuff. I just want to go natural and let my hair just grow out. And we're going to do Zane's too. And we're just going to start doing stuff with our hair. That's not the braids and the weaves and stuff. So thank you very much. Libra risings love to be talked about our beauty. All right, y'all. So say what needs to be said. Woo! That is my new, good grief, y'all. 1 second. 1 second. Y'all know when I do the effects, it takes a little while for my phone to register. Hopefully y'all are still there when I get back. So say what needs to be said. This is my banner. Definitely posted a lot of videos about this today because you see they're in a conversation, kind of, hopefully. We have the speakerphone up there. Say what needs to be said. SWN, the number 2, B said, BS. Not bullshit, but be said. We're hoping it's not bullshit, right? But my new talk show is really what I said, like it comes from honestly my childhood trauma, honestly. And I am looking for people who want to speak. I'm looking for hosts who want to host because I'm sure there's people who want to say some stuff to me. There's some stuff I want to say. It's not, going to be like Jerry Springer type. It's going to be more like what we hoped Oprah would have been, but she really wasn't. So anyway, I'm going through some of the questions that I will ask, and Imani and Wendy, again, Imani and I met through my, I want to say second best friend in life, who is not my best friend anymore. But when we met, we literally clicked because of astrology, because of, her family and my friend. And I've known Imani, I guess now probably about a decade, maybe, Imani? No, maybe like a little bit less than a decade, like 8 years. And
yeah, I would say it was before I moved down here. You was already in Cali, I think, when
before I went to Cali, or right before?
I know it was before. I think we met in like 2017 when Ping started.
It has been about 8 years. Yep. So
man, that time went by fast.
I know it's time went by fast. I know you for a while. but like we never been as close. I would say we really got close lately, you know, like probably the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Going through our Saturn, our Uranus return opposites.
yes, which is still going on.
Mine is almost over, goddamn it.
Because we have Uranus in Scorpio, the opposite sign of Taurus, and Uranus will be leaving Taurus because it's at the 27th degree, y'all, and going into Gemini, which is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be big. Uranus is also the ruler of the other air sign, Aquarius.
Mm-hmm.
So all Aquarius, Gemini risings, Leo risings, all the risings we just talked about, the fire and air risings are going to be really powerful with this, but everybody else might be in trouble. I don't know. And then Sagittarius, Uranus and Sagittarius people, which I think is some of my Gemini's years. Anyway.
Yeah.
I just met Wendy, I want to say last year, probably a few months ago. And Wendy, you know, I could text her, we could talk. She definitely helped me out with, you know, what she sees and staying positive because of the Leo energy and motivational, especially as an influencer here. And, you know, knows her stuff. So just shout out to y'all lovely Leo ladies, and not to back and forth with, you know, my energies or thoughts even, because I like to move forward, but, you know, realizing that the past energies, again, I don't want to hone any ill will on anybody, but when you go through this returns of some sort, you have revelations that are just like disciplining you. They're getting you to boss up. They're getting you to revamp your reputation when you have a return. And Saturn itself, the planet of all this kind of energy, especially being responsible and disciplined, just had its own return into the first sign of the zodiac, which is a big deal for the collective.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Leo. Oh, what? Yeah, that's the Wendy talk. Okay. So anyway, I created this because I have felt a certain kind of way about friendships. Being a Libra rising, people person, but also can be a pushover with people. Okay? We're in the moon damn hour and I get emotional just out of nowhere. And I have a Capricorn moon, so the Cancer moon does affect me. So anyway, and then the Capricorn moon in me, because your moon sign is very important, has a lot to do with family, resentment, and trauma. Okay? Capricorn placements are tough. So are Cancer. Anyway, that's why Cancers can be snappy. That's what we talked about. But yeah, long story short, I had just never really been able to say what needs to be said to people. A lot of people dismiss me because the Scorpio side will come out of me and I'm snappy myself, or, you know, can be very misunderstood as a Scorpio sign. I have Scorpio stellium, Scorpio Venus, Uranus, and Sun. And here's Jamal. Thank you, Jamal. So, Jamal, we kind of talked about astrology, but please stay here and join us if you like. But I'm really tapping into how this Gemini energy is pushing me to publish my truths, having the Gemini energy in the 9th house. So hey Jamal. So I am just expressing how I started this new talk show that I'm inviting people on who really want to say what needs to be said, because as a Libra rising, Capricorn moon, Scorpio sun, I've been misunderstood a lot. I feel like as a Libra rising, I can draw people to me, very magnetic, especially as a Scorpio sun too, but still misunderstood, still hated, still offer some hate sometimes to me back. But I want to transfer that and revamp it with the Saturn and Aries energy and Neptune and Aries energy. So yeah, really quick, and then I want y'all to let me know, okay? This creation I've made. Say what needs to be said. And I'm sorry, I'm getting back to my notes. Again, AI has helped me a lot with creating this. It even created a jingle for me. some segments how I can break it down for family, how I can break it down for relationships, how I can break it down for group discussions, how I can break it down for former friends. And I'm just going to give y'all a little bit of each. So sometimes what breaks us is what we've never said. On this show, 2 or more people come together to unpack the silence, the tension, the pain, and maybe find a way to move forward. This is what needs to be said. Okay? So I will be a host, and I actually have a couple of potential people. My daughter wants to talk to her aunt. Her aunt wants to talk to her. They literally grew up together because her aunt was 9 when I had her. I was 23. Her dad was 21. So he has his younger sister. So they're now 24 and 33. I think. Yeah, 33. So they want to come on the show. They're willing to pilot it. I'm pushing it, going to, put their pilot out. We can do this virtually. We can do this in person. We can do it over the phone. We can do it over Zoom. It just needs to get done because there's so many of us that are just breaking inside, breaking outside. Again, it's moon hour. I'm getting emotional. It's just so many of us that need to say stuff to people, and people need to say something to us, and we need to hear each other out. It don't need to be the Jerry Springer. I can't emphasize enough. It does not emphasize this enough. Does not need to be the Jerry Springer version. Okay, it really needs to be hearing each other out. And let me throw out a few. Y'all tell me what y'all think. So, if this were a family dynamic, if this were family members saying what they need to say to each other, 2 or more, what was your relationship growing up like? Could be an opening question, just to get the memories going back and forth. Then we go deeper. Was there favoritism, judgment, or silence that caused the distance? Right? I'm crying because I'm thinking of so many instances of these kind of situations. Healing. What do you need from each other now, if anything, to heal? Speaking of healing, we have Chiron at a new degree. I'm going to go ahead and get back into something in astrology. We have Chiron in a new degree of 25. Chiron will be in Taurus, which is our Chiron return, Imani. I think in 2026. But now that it's in a new area for the people that are a little bit younger than us, that are having their Chiron return, I want to say the late 30s, early 40s people, the millennials. Could be Natalie if she was still here. Having healing that's going on, especially with their identity, self-identity. So just wanted to throw that out there because there's so many of us in millennials and Gen Z, the Pluto and Scorpio and Pluto and Libra. Pluto and Libra is trining Pluto and Aquarius right now, but Pluto and Scorpio people, the millennials, are squaring. So there's some conflict with trauma, especially Pluto and Scorpio people, millennials, that needs to be worked on, talked about. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet. That's a lot. What y'all got to say? Well, I put my face together.
I don't necessarily have anything to add. I have Jupiter is leaving my 11th house. And I'm just trying to figure out, I guess, with my current situation, how I can apply besides, using the technology, I guess, to build community. That's pretty much the only thing, because there's no other, getting out into community is kind of hard for me right now because I'm immobile. So I would like to manifest becoming mobile soon, in order to be able to really get out, because I really have an urge to be in the community and volunteering, especially with youth, like teenagers to early adulthood ages. So that's really what I would like to manifest and, work on. But in the meantime, between time, I guess I could really just develop an online community base, because that's really what I have to work with right now. And then Uranus, however you want to pronounce it, is going to be going into my 11th house. So in Gemini. So that's going to be an interesting feat. So, I got a lot of energies going on anyway. So, that's what I'll be working on is my glow up, really, because that's what I need to do. I want to change my look up, change a whole lot of habits and everything too. So yeah, that's what I'll be focusing on for the Jupiter season while my 11th house is activated.
That.
Yeah.
So, what do you think about saying what needs to be said?
Oh, I'm down. Let's get it popping because I got a lot to say. but even even with that, for me with it, it's also about healing because that's also I have that as a part of one of my houses that's currently activated, and it's also about saying what needs to be said. It's also about that inner child. I want to get more in touch with her, because she got a lot to say. I didn't realize how.
And you got people to listen with Gemini in the 11th house, so
Yeah,
you got people listening.
Yeah, I was just thinking tonight, like that.
Too,
yeah, right? Yes, I do. I do. Yeah, she got some stuff to say because being parentified has a major effect on me, and I'm just realizing that I knew it, but it's starting to like hit home a lot. Because I was parentified, and not that I'm angry and want to play victim or blame, but she got some stuff to say about that, that inner child. So I want to get back into it because, I'm a Leo. I'm supposed to be playful and bubbly and creative and
inspiring.
Yeah, but that creative childlike energy is not there, and I want to really tap into it because I like to play. I like to. I'm the girl that want to get on the roller coasters, and I want to jump double dutch, and I want to do shoot water guns at each other and throw water balloons and run around the field some damn way, and throw snowballs and shit. So I want to be in touch with that inner child all the time. And right now, she just like she don't wanna. She got some stuff to say.
She don't want it.
Yeah, I'm down.
Is it break her? Is it gonna break her to be silent, or is it gonna break her to be saying something? You know what I'm saying?
No, I think
it would break her to be silent right now. Like
she has been silenced, right? Nobody wants to hear her, right? And that's a part of that parentified kind of thing. It falls under that parentified energy where I was given this responsibilities, but my needs, emotional needs, and a lot of stuff was neglected because parents struggle, father locked up, whatever. Emotional needs was neglected. I had to carry on these parental, these adult responsibilities as an older child, and so I and then to hear it when I would share her voice has been neglected, has been shushed, and so she want to speak. So hell yeah, I'm down to say what need to be said. And
who would you invite on there?
Who would I invite?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I was some coconut water.
Somebody in the comments said you are now who she needed back then. She's proud of you. The key unlocking. I like your name. Thank you for joining us.
You are now who she needed back then. Yeah. She tried to express, but she was shut down. So I think that's part of the problem now.
Hey, my daughter's in here, Milan.
Hey, Milan.
Milan popping in and out. Just looking through. While she's trying to go to sleep, she just looking. She popping in and out. Thank you for popping in and out, Gemini Rising. Thank you.
and make sure you like the live while you hear me. But yeah, so of course, say what need to be said. It depends on the topic, whatever we talking about. Depending on the topic, it depends on the topic, depends on who I would invite, and so yeah, there's that. But so yeah, I'm down for say what need to be said.
You say who would you bring on there?
I said it depends on the topic. Would depend on who I would invite. I mean, of course, I'm gonna invite people, period. But specifically, if I want someone to hear, on that specific topic,
who do you think would come? Like Milan is in here right now. Quickly, Milan, I'm still going to use you and your aunt. I'm not going to put her name out there yet, but your aunt, I'm going to use her as my first people to be on the show. So stay tuned. That's coming like probably soon. Next couple of weeks. not even that long. But who do you think will come? Imani.
Who, me?
Yeah.
From like who I think my family would come. You know, my cousins, my, as I call them, sister cousins. You've met them, Dee Dee, Tia, the ones that are on TikTok that will remember. I don't think my aunt is necessarily on TikTok. I don't know if my father is. He might be. But you know, just I would invite them. But would they come? I don't know who I think would come. I have some friends here that I share the live with every Wednesday. I think that some of them would come to say what.
I mean, just saying, like, you know, like if we could really make this beneficial and healing and bringing people back together. Because another thing about this, it's not just us having like trauma; it's also us just being messed up socially because the lockdowns and the stuff that just happened. Like nobody really wants to hone in on how we're socially awkward now because we have been online talking to each other, texting, you know, not being in person.
But and if you really want to ask me, I don't think that it's stemmed from that. I think we've been having this spiral down from due to the 80s, the crack era, the programming.
Yes. I'm sorry, Wendy. I'm laughing because Wendy said I missed the lockdown. The lockdown was fun as hell. I ain't gonna lie.
I did too. It was fun because
it's the funnest times, but it's the only time we had something like that. So now it's not getting back to normal. It's getting back to what's next, and ain't nobody really getting back to what's next. Because some people are still holding in.
Right. And see, for me, I wasn't necessarily locked down because I was still doing Lyft. I was outside. I was up there. I was in Florida. I was in Texas. I was everywhere. Yes. So I was in Virginia. I was everywhere. So I wasn't necessarily
Atlanta. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wasn't locked down. So I can't really say. And then, you know, I've been working from home since before the lockdown, before COVID was a thing. I was working from home when I was in the government. I was working from home anyway. So I was already used to that life of either a hybrid schedule or a telework schedule. So it wasn't, only thing I miss is I made a lot of money that year.
Okay. Because we're talking about 2020, 2021, and 2022. You know, we had those PPPs. We had, you know, just the jobs are popping, the working from home. I was working for the census. It was good for me too.
It was good money 2020 and 2021.
I wanted to, what was it was something astrological. I'll think of it. I was thinking about it earlier. Maybe it was just for me. I don't know. But yeah, Wendy said her business was booming. The key unlocking said never hiked before then, but it was hiking then. That's what's up. Are you a fire sign? Because that's like giving me fire. That's like Aries hiking, Sagittarius hiking, going somewhere. Always going somewhere, staying active. Leo, staying active, like you always said, throwing snowballs. I think. Scorpio, I think not. I think I'll stay inside and hide somewhere where we Scorpios do.
Kickball, double dutch,
fire.
All that. I want to play.
For the likes, and we got some people popping in here now. Engagement. I appreciate y'all for that. No fire in your chart. Only water, air, and earth. Well, then it's that air energy that wants to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
The earth too, because you're hiking, so that's touching the earth. That's what's up. Nice to meet you, the key unlocking. And Jamal and Wendy, Imani, thank you for your feedback because I really want to, you know, not only make this about my business, but I want to get feedback. And once the first show happens, like I expect a lot of people ready to come on in and, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Wendy, Miss Wendy, what you think? I like saying the Wendy.
10-10 transformation. I hit it. Yes. I was going to say, I think that's a very... Because, portals, open the heart and open the mind. And what I was looking to make a post.
Going in and out a little bit.
I got people that like to make, I'm sorry. It's people that make fake accounts. So I would literally have to make a post and see who will come. Like, man. Because you know why? Like it's different.
Want to have a
No.
conversation with? Wendy, what's going on? They mess with you because you sound like what's going on? Is it just me, Monty? You hear that?
Oh yeah, they fucked me hard. I told you they tried. No, I got restricted. Hold on, I'm about to take these headsets off. They put these dang on headsets. Okay, how about now? How I sound? It's cool.
That's better.
It's better.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I said I would just make a I would literally just make a post and who would I would say
I made the podcast. It's and it was getting good too. What did you say?
Dang, yeah, now you choppy. I don't know, man. This shit is weird.
Go in and out.
Hold on. Okay, how about now? Is that decent?
That's better.
It's still going in and out?
No.
Okay. So, no.
You're good.
I'm good. No. Okay. So I was saying I would just make a post and whoever would come in and accept the invitation, because it's like people right now in the energy of, oh, she can channel, oh, she can do this, she can do that. I stayed quiet for a long time. When Prefer was saying about the childhood, me, I'm still childish. Like I enjoy laughing, playing. Like I have a silly energy about me. I'm always cracking jokes. I refuse to let my inner child ever be silenced, because that's where my gifts come from. Right. The innocence of the child holds the magic. That's the magic key, right? So a lot of people don't want to even expose themselves to me, because then it'll be like they don't want me to be right. They don't want me to pinpoint, I know you did this, I know you did that. So me inviting people, they're not gonna take it. That's why I was like, most people want to confront me, and I'm okay with that. I would rather the truth just come out, period. It's so many people that come and try to like I said, I'm being restricted and everything, because right now, as you were saying about this Gemini energy, when I was pulling earlier, I'm like, this Gemini energy is also dangerous to people who are not balanced emotionally. Mm-hmm. So those who don't know about higher self, lower self, they lashing out, they embarrassing themselves, and they're allowing Gemini to do Jekyll and Hyde.
That's Aries energy.
Say it again.
Sorry to cut you off.
Exactly, because Aries is war.
Is impulsive, and Gemini energy is chatty and busy.
Yep.
So you're absolutely
right.
And
so it's like, and I understand it. That's why I was like, me, I'm barely on live. I'm doing a lot. That's what I want to tell you. I don't want to really say it on live, but I'll text you and let you know. When you was talking about different stuff we accomplishing and the energy we in, I've been busy, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to reach my goals. I got family. Right. I'm trying to get myself established financially so I can be able to take care of my children. So I'm proud. I've really been making moves, but I can't. That's the thing. I can't even say nothing, because that's how many people want to. You know what I'm saying? Like
a lot of my social media, and I don't really want to do that because I'm running a business.
So, exactly.
No, I separated the business from my personal pages so that people can't catch up that do want to, like kind of me. But yeah, you definitely got to push through, and I'm proud of you too. I'm proud of all of us that's pushing through and still, getting things off the ground. Yeah, energies. We don't want to miss out on the manifesting and opportunities. Because of the haters, we just don't. You got to ignore that at this point.
That's pretty. That's what I'll be doing. Like, I never had a problem with. I'm an introvert, so I never had a problem with I don't look for attention. I don't look for crowds. So me cutting people off was never a problem. I'm very loyal. It's hard. So how do I say this? By me having Aquarius in my rising, and then I'm a Leo. It is hard for me to cut people off because it takes me a long time. But the thing is, I'm studying the whole time, when to cut you off. If I should really give you a chance and cut your ass off. That's been an energy because it's like it's out of respect because I'm like, man, let me check myself. Am I being harsh? Am I like, you know what I'm saying? Am I trying to have control of this situation? So it's like I'm still practicing patience and I believe in just. I believe in fair and just. So it do take me a long time to actually cut people off. And for the people that I've cut off, I've been right. And I know this because I've been noticing how a lot of people haven't even tried to reach out because like they know, or they'll send somebody secondhand. And I can't stand that. I can't stand for people to come to me like, hey, why you ain't talking to me? I'm like, where you come from? I don't even talk to you like that. So why would you even bring
notice though? Some of us don't feel noticed though. You know what I'm saying? Like I get what you're saying, but I feel like I don't know where I put it. I put it on Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't follow you on Facebook, but
I ain't on Facebook.
Leo friends I just left. I need to follow you if you're on Facebook, but Leo friends that I just left. I put the chat, how ChatGPT helped me kind of dismiss them. But then when I dismissed them, even ChatGPT was like, and I posted all this, like I screenshot everything, her response to my, saying we need to wrap this up. I haven't seen you in years. We live in the same area. You don't call.
Wow.
Check out my daughter. Blah, blah, blah. And ChatGPT was like, because she said, well, how you feel is how you feel. And ChatGPT was like, well, she didn't even hold accountability for you saying anything you said. Like even ChatGPT he told me that. So that's why I was like, I've never felt, I've always been misunderstood as a Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? Whereas and Tauruses are the same way, right? But Leo and Aquarius, y'all get that attention. You might not want it. You know what I'm saying?
I guess that's what it is. But I'm I can say I miss
their attention, and we're cellophane over here. That's why my name formerly was Cellophane. It was a play on my name Z, and
Okay.
But I've always felt like people just are so passive about me, and I'm tall as fuck. I'm almost 6 feet tall. How the hell do you be passive about me? How do you know what I just said? That's loud as hell.
I don't like a lot of attention. So that's when I feel like I'm being misjudged because people assume that's why people ask when your birthday, I wouldn't even say that. I'm like, what's the energy you get from me? Because as soon as I say I'm a Leo, oh, you like attention. No, I don't.
Right.
You gravitated towards me. I never came to you. I probably didn't look your way, but automatically you assume that I want attention. No, the hell I don't.
Right.
And then I have to break the ice and be funny because
but we want it. You know what I'm saying? We want it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But whether you don't want it or not, that sun is always going to shine on y'all Leos. Whether you don't want it or not, the opposite side of the sun is still going to be the opposite side. And as soon as the Aquarius turn around, it's the Leo. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. I'm in my opposite. I'm right there in my middle. So I feel like I'm balanced. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. I don't get overexcited. I try not to. But you got to really push me in order. That's the whole thing. I've been practicing patience my whole life because when Prefer was talking about the childhood, when your family, like I was being a lot of projection was on me, saying that I wanted this and I would do that, and I would be like, what are you talking about? Because I literally was not doing any of the things that people would say I was doing. That's confusion too. So here it is, I'm working extra hard not to be an attention seeker, not to be a loud person, not to be. So it's like I'm pretty much shadowing or dimming my own light.
Right.
Because automatically people assuming that you want this, you do that. And it's like, no, whole time I sing, right? I've been singing all my life. So my family would, even the church, put me before to represent the church. Because I can sing. Well, you gonna represent the church, but you don't want me to be seen. But isn't that asking for attention? Am I supposed to sing? It's that type of shit. So when I started going after a singing career, that's when everything really got crazy. Because I do like to sing. But again, when it comes to like we talking about childhood and the psychology, right? I psych myself a lot. Because I'm like, I don't want to be seen as a certain type of artist. I write too. So I'm like, well, maybe I'll just be a writer. I'd rather just write. I don't even want to be in the spotlight. I don't want nobody to see me. I'll just do some background. I done did everything. I done tried everything when it came to this industry. But then I had to learn that when it comes to navigating through certain stuff, it's also morals. So I did turn a lot of stuff down because of what I'm super fixed. I'm Aries and Leo. I'm super fixed. So I'm turning everything. It don't go with my spirit. Hell no, I'm not.
Jamal's still in here, and y'all both are. Well, he's Aquarius Sun, you're Aquarius rising. But I still, I always bring y'all together. Somehow Imani popped back out again. I don't know what's going on with it. Are we getting too deep in here, TikTok? Like, why are you doing too much?
Probably TikTok some hating ass motherfuckers.
Jamal, can you come in for a second though? I'm gonna wrap this up and
okay. Yeah, I'm done though. But yeah, no, I think
I want to ask you real quick, Wendy, while we waiting on Jamal to decide if he want to come in. Hey, Dua Libra. And while Imani comes back, I want to ask you, Wendy, do you think you should dim your light? Like, I know you saying I heard you say that you want to, keep what you're doing for your family and yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not put it out there because you don't want, the hate.
No, I don't want to put it down on live right now.
You said
I don't want to put it on
page, right? But my question, question is also while you're holding back just a little bit, do you think that there is still something needs to be said or something that you need to do in order to kind of catapult your relationships with the Saturn and Aries energy, like Jamal just said, the key to this is restarting the energy, starting.
I said everything already. I really honestly feel like I said everything. Anybody that follows me
started something new, but are you is there anything in the past? Because we just left the Pisces and it's gonna bounce back into Pisces in September, right? So the people, is there anything you need to say? Because Saturn, the planet of reputation and responsibility and discipline, is saying let's start anew, but then there might be something back in September when we go back in September in the Pisces that still didn't get handled.
I think everybody got started fucking with me. Back in September last year when I went live, I laid everything out. When I spoke, me and my mama had to talk. Mm-hmm. Again, she a Capricorn, so how do I say this without being offensive? Once people get over 40,
go ahead and say it. Say what needs to be said.
the baby boomers, me and them baby boomers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's gonna be my toughest one. Hey Jamal, hey Imani, welcome back. That's gonna be my toughest one. I literally need.
That's just kind of. I leave that.
I don't. It can't be nobody in my family. It can't be nobody even in this town of Washington D.C. You know what I'm saying? I cannot be because my mother is a big baby boomer. Like she's well known. She was a teacher. She was everybody's teacher in D.C. Like everybody knows her. Everybody's kids know her, and everybody knows me too because I was a teacher, and everybody knows my father because he was a police. So it's like. Those two baby boomers are the main ones I would love to say something to, but it's very difficult.
Oh, my daddy too. My daddy and my mama. But
even with my daughter,
I don't say a lot.
Huh? What'd you say?
That's the only way I respect.
You going to?
But I'm sorry. It's a lot that didn't say out of respect for my elders.
Right. But does something still need to be said to them? Like, let me let Jamal hone in because he's here. Does something need to be said to our ancestors? Because again, this is Pluto and Aquarius. They're Pluto and Leo. We have Pluto and Libra, so we do collaborate with them well because we're sextile to Pluto and Leo. We're sextile to the baby boomers. We're also sextile to the Gen Zers. So I was getting ready to say it would be easy for me to talk to my daughter and show that me and my daughter can have a cordial conversation in order for me to get my mother online or on set or whatever. Just on what's the word I'm talking on goal, on point. Like in order for her to really feel like a conversation needs to be said, maybe she needs to see me healing with others first. The baby boomers need to see us healing with other generations first before we approach them.
Yeah, because they are receptive, some of them, at some point. It takes a while. They are receptive to some things, and they may or may not change, but they're open-minded to be understanding of us and our and what we have to our generation and what we've learned and the differences and stuff like that, because we expose them to things that they never had or was exposed to. But they're receptive. It's just it takes a while, I think. I think it takes a minute, and just say it. As long as it's respectful, say it. They may or may not accept it in the time, but leading by example for them is what works, is what I find.
Right.
At least with my mom, who's also a baby boomer. And I've seen it with my aunties and all that kind of stuff. Leading by example, they change. Shit, even my grandmother did. And I don't think she ain't no baby boomer. My grandmother was like 96. I know she ain't no baby boomer. But
their generation would be called?
I don't know, but nonetheless, even my grandmother is open-minded and receptive to new things from our generation. So it's just a matter of just operating in that energy, leading by example, doing it, and not just coming with the rah, I'm mad at you, blah, 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 and being a victim. It's just, this is how, it's just, I'm here, I've healed, and this is what has hurt me, and this is what, I'm no longer respond like this, or this is what's different for me, and this is my, it's going to be how I'm going to conduct myself going forward, to get away from, what hurt me, so that I can operate in my healing, basically. So I think that they are receptive, but anyway.
I would say, and then Jamal, are you there? Because I would say that they would be best in a group setting. Like you said, like, we lead by example, but if we put them, like, all the generations came together, like all the family members, the younger ones, maybe Gen Z, not too young, but, up into the baby boomers, we all get in a conversation. Because, like, ChatGPT has pre-prepped me for, like, just relationship with men and women, with LGBTQ people. It is prompting me not prompting me, but prepared questions for me to do for friendships and group dynamics, family, the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just sometimes just mom and daughter or dad and daughter. It's a son. It's sometimes cousin, grandma, mom, and sister all got a problem with each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, sit us all down at the same time. So one of the questions that I just wanted to pop out, and then Jamal, please speak, is what is the clear moment when the family started to fall apart? So, like, you do have to revisit some things, and I don't think the baby boomers like to revisit some things, because when I bring up stuff with my mother, this is her main thing to say. Oh, well, I was always wrong. You're always right. And I was like, no, that is not what I said. It's misunderstanding the Scorpio all day. But, I don't want to keep pushing it off, because it's not. What do you like? It's not. It's not something that can't. It's not impossible. That's all I want to say. Go ahead, Jamal, please. Welcome.
Peace. I'm guilty of always throwing something out the blue.
Please.
That's gone. But
throw the monkey wrench.
Is my healing dependent on somebody hearing me?
No.
And if it is, then I'm stuck.
Good point.
If my healing is dependent on that, then that means whomever I need to hear me holds the power over my ability to evolve and grow. And I think we got to realize that what we saying about baby boomers very well can be the conversation our children are having about us.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
So I think we need to be careful about, when we study astrology, the whole thing of opposition is we get trapped into an either or. Mm-hmm. And as long as we stay in the battle between the either or, we never have the actual resolution. So I've come to the resolve, I'm not trying to explain myself, my position. You know what Jamal gonna do? I'm just gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I said Saturn is the key.
Yeah.
Because Saturn, you see how everybody's ready to, Aries is, I'm ready to, it's jump off energy.
It's
I'm
impulsive.
ready to jump it off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm ready to spark something. Um, the reason Saturn does not like being in that energy is because Saturn don't move on impulse.
Right. It takes its time. Mm-hmm.
And so Saturn is forcing us to say the world don't matter. I don't give a fuck if they hear what I got to say. I'm working on me. And the
Yep.
thing is, the quality of the work I do on me will speak for itself. It becomes the conversation. My life is the conversation.
Yeah. I feel
So I don't want to derail, but I mean, I don't feel it. I know this shit. What I'm saying, this shit coming from the core.
Yeah.
I'll speak
You
your truth
know,
and help us.
nobody else matters in the world but me. And I don't mean that on no selfish shit. I mean, I'm the only one I got to figure me out, and I got to have the conversation got to go on with me.
Facts.
Because these people are going to transition out of here.
Yeah.
And where do they go? The essence still lives in the DNA. So the healing really ain't got nothing to do with them. It really got to do with the person who has the wherewithal to know that the healing need to occur.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
So as you and I grow, then the DNA evolves.
Right.
mm-hmm.
Like the saying goes, we are our ancestors.
So I did a video a while back, just like something I said, like, everybody got some issues, but nobody cares. And we gotta, and the thing is, I say things sometimes it might sound harsh, but let's just be straight up. When you come and tell people how much they hurt you, what's the first thing they gonna do?
They get defensive.
Get defensive.
And you never get the reaction that you need, because what you need is somebody to say, you know what, I was wrong and you were right. I'm sorry. But what if you never get that?
Right.
Is the rest of your life going to be put on hold?
No, and so for me, when she say what needs to be said, like I said, when I join or participate, I don't want to do a victim. And honestly, like I was telling her, I may or may not even invite some of my cousins and stuff, because I don't even think that they, either listen, or they probably would get defensive. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's not that I want to be hurt, or I want a response. For me, letting it out into the universe is to release it, is to let it go. That's part of my healing. And even though I do it already with me, sometimes when you kind of talking with other people in the group, my healing may help somebody else's healing. Something I say may help somebody else, and so forth and so on. So that's how I see it when you say what needs to be said. That's what I was saying. I'm not, I already have accepted them where they are, in terms of, my mom and dad, but nonetheless, my inner child still wants to express. So if this is a platform to give me that opportunity to do it, and it could potentially help somebody else, then yeah, that's what I want to do. But that's what I would want it to, my experience to be with say what needs to be said, is just my inner child wants to say some stuff. Yeah, she's been writing, and I've been doing my own work for myself, but she's ready to outwardly express, to express it into the universe.
Let me. This is why I ain't want to say that. I don't want it to be taken as I'm
No,
trying
it's
to.
not taken wrong, because I'm going back
It's
and
not.
forth with what both of y'all are saying, but I'm gonna still do it, right? Because it's what I'm gonna do, and I can do what I want to do. But what I'm saying is, I definitely appreciate the feedback, and you're right. That we don't want to put, like, I don't want to put nobody in a Jerry Springer type of situation where they get to fighting. I don't want to put nobody in a deeper depression because they don't get the answer they want. I just want people to be able to express themselves. And Gemini season and all the Gemini energy is what kind of motivated me. But I do hear you exactly what you're saying. It's definitely self-realization. It's definitely self-awareness time with all this Aries energy. But when Saturn goes back into Pisces, it's gonna be some it's gonna be some stuff, you know, left undone and said. Then we still got the Pisces North Node, which is still like, you know, our destiny is to kind of like end some cycles, in my opinion. Oh.
But listen, I think y'all, but I want you to understand what I was saying, because I'm not gonna try to tell nobody what to do anyway, because I don't even care enough. So that wasn't my point. My point was saying to just for us to always have reasonable expectations. Listen, this is coming from somebody who lives his life making unreasonable expectations. So this ain't me talking down or talking at nobody. This is me. Yeah. Jupiter is my ruling planet. Right. Jupiter overestimates everything.
Right. Or exactly.
So what I'm trying to say is not knocking nothing, just reasonable expectations, and maybe the expression just for me, I put my shit out there as far as what I'm gonna tell. And maybe like Preferred was saying, just you expressing how your upbringing impacted you is the actual magic. And maybe it being not so much you put that person on the other side and you create it, because it's going to be combative.
Yes.
Because people don't like being told this what you know. But
you feel.
I think what you need, everybody is needing what is really going on. And I ain't trying to be on no Reverend Biscuit shit, but what's really going on is the God in people is wanting to heal.
Yeah. That's
and we're trying to figure out, how do I get to it? Can we agree on that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm wearing my healing necklace. I know you don't care, Jamal. That's the masculine energy.
No. I know. Listen. You got to understand my words. I'm not saying I don't care about you.
No,
I don't care enough about control. Okay, I just don't want to be misconstrued.
Yeah, don't misunderstand me either. I'm teasing you, but I'm really appreciating the feedback, because I need both sides. I definitely do. I want to balance.
Yeah, I care. You know, I'm just saying that I think I've said too much. No. I got to do a. So look, let me say this.
Okay.
So when you get into spirituality, one of the first things they say is you ain't supposed to pray. You giving up your energy, right? My point that I'm making about when you speak is that I'm going to do a video that explains what prayer is, but it ain't about no religion.
Right.
And I'm going to explain how every time we say something, it bounces off of a grid. Everything in our reality is about grids. You look at your skin close enough, it's grids. Your blood, grids. Your highways are grids. Our whole reality is based on grids. So all I'm saying is, when you express your authentic self, independent of whomever's on the other end to give feedback, you create the vortex for the healing, because the grid is listening to you. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what I was trying to say about your idea, this new venture. It will be very fruitful, but all I try to come in and say is, we all got to make sure that our healing don't be dependent on somebody actually acknowledging, rightfully so, what they may have done to us. Because Because 9 times out of 10, they ain't gonna do it.
Nope.
And it might not be because they don't want to. They ain't got the ears to even hear it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But I
Completely.
tell you what be beautiful to hear is how you've managed to continue moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
The courage that you've had to use to stand on your own square. And you know, you and I have had our conversation, so we know how you've had to stand on your own square,
Mm-hmm.
independent of the path that somebody tried to lay for you. You say, "No,
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking my." And so, can we share those stories or
Definitely.
what it felt like to feel like I got to go my own way? And what you're doing is you end up speaking back to yourself and reminding yourself how much courage you got, how much backbone you really got,
Right.
how much forward thinking you got,
Right.
and how much of example you setting for your babies.
Yep.
Exactly.
You are rewriting your script. It's about you. It ain't about them. It's about you. Because you're the author of the motherfucking new adventure. Just
Right.
like your baby writing these books, she's writing a new adventure.
Yes. Uh, thank you, Jerome. Thank you. So yeah. I received that, and I mean, again, grateful always for every time you step in and say something because it's that balance that the female dominated energy in here needs, and it's not me, not appreciated in any kind of way. Maybe I shouldn't have joked around. I take it. I take your wisdom very seriously, and I respect it and I honor it. I was studying the planetary hours, and it's the moon hour right now, so I'm emotional. And
Hey, guess what? Guess what my moon is?
Cancer.
My moon is in Cancer. I'm an emotional motherfucker. You wouldn't have never thought
I
that,
didn't know
did you?
that. I know you're Sagittarius rising, Aquarius sun. I didn't remember you was a Cancer moon.
My moon is in Cancer. Yeah.
Well, that's
My
good.
moon is I'm very sensitive.
Huh? You're
Very
very,
sensitive.
they're very intuitive, a little
Mm,
You
snappy.
know.
yeah.
You're not
Mm-hmm.
But
intuitive? I think so.
yeah, I mean but it's coming from the heart.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
The words sometimes,
It's
you
nurturing.
know, I'm never trying to snap, but it's just I got that Mercury and Mars conjunction, and that's why I'm thinking when it take me a minute to speak because I'm trying, okay, say it this way, and then that shit still come out like a damn knife, you know, but it
Well, your
don't
Mercury's in
the
Aquarius. Is it
int
conjunct the sun too?
no, my Mercury in Capricorn.
Oh, and Mars and Capricorn. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry.
So I never want to be harsh or whatever,
Mm,
but sometimes and it's opposite my moon, so it's always driven by sensitivity.
mm,
You feel what I'm saying?
yeah.
But sometimes it comes out and it seems like because I'm trying to get to a point
Right.
and I don't want to be misunderstood because I feel like the point is important.
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
and I'm a clown, but guess what? I'm really a clown. I'm a fucking clown.
I could believe that.
Sagittarius rising.
And
Yeah,
Aquarius,
Aquarius
yeah.
is too. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Unique.
but people just don't really know me. So
Mm-hmm.
this comes off. That's why I'm explaining because um, I I I go through and I go through life just fuck it. They don't get it. Fuck it. So I only explain myself to people that I have some type of kinship with. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? So that's why I said when I said I don't
Do it then
care,
though, Jamal.
it
I'm
don't.
sorry. Do you even do it then? Because I know many Aquariuses that still don't even really relate to family much, and that's my sister.
Well, it depends. You know, it depends on some people you're wasting your time trying to explain yourself to.
Right.
That's and some people it don't matter,
Right.
So for me, I'm only going to explain myself to people who it matters for me to explain.
Right.
I get that, and I respect that.
So if you
don't want to waste any time, I respect that.
you trusted me enough to work with me, so and even before that, you have good energy about you. You have positive energy, but when you said that earlier, you said about people taking advantage.
When I was bringing up
I feel that shit.
Yeah.
You said about not being seen and people overlooking you, and he's like, "How can you overlook me? I'm
6 feet.
I feel that, So
thank you for feeling it.
I'm supportive. I'm supportive of you. This ain't that's why I didn't want to. And it's hard because I'm on a phone. If you could see my face,
Yeah. On the phone too.
But yeah, I'm a fade back. See, I didn't even want to even get this
no, I'm
involved.
crying because it's moon hour. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't. But I mean, I do need to wrap this up. I try to get out of here before. But see, it's moon hour. You ever seen this, Jamal? So now it's not moon hour anymore. It just became Saturn hour. It just became Saturn hour. So you see the time. I started this around 10, so it was Mercury hour, Mercury day. Then every 50 minutes it changes. It's called the Planetary Hours. It's an app. So I took a screenshot of it before I started. But just to wrap this up really quick, Jamal, I had at the beginning of Saturn in Aries, I was 18 years old. Really quick.
Right.
I think Wendy's gone. Yeah, all of us were. Imani was probably about 16. Imani's preferred. And I was telling Wendy and her earlier, I don't know if you were here, that they're like my new Leo close friends. Not Wendy as much because I literally just met her, but we really clicked. And I have her phone number off of TikTok. Imani and I know each other because we're both from DC. We both moved away from DC, but we still connected. I'm moving back. But anyway, long story short, and I'm just down the street. Long story short, they're both Leos, and I've always connected with Leos since I was 18 years old when I went to Virginia State University and met 3 of my closest friends ever. I literally just dismissed these ladies, 2 of them. One I dismissed back in 2018. But we were friends all this time. Okay, but the last, like you just said, I have my daughter doing this book, and long story short, I have all these business ventures. I'm very political sometimes because I'm from the political capital. Capital United States, and they didn't like all that anymore. But my daughter's not political, but they were supporting her. Long story short, I just wrote them a little message, kind of got ChatGPT to make it nice and respectful. I just thought back. The reason that I guess maybe I wrapped up this cycle with them was because 30 years ago we were becoming friends, and now we're totally different people. We're self-identifying in a different kind of way, and the Pluto Aquarius energy, of course, is making me gravitate to the people that's similar to what I'm talking about and doing and feeling. So I just wanted your insight on that because as a Libra rising, I definitely respect my relationships, but they're all changing. I literally do not have the same friends. I was really wrapped in a group of friends, and now I can count them on a hand. At first, I can count them on my hand and your hands and feet. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, this is spirit right here because this ties in to what I was talking about. So wherever Aries is in the chart, it represents the expression of identity, right? Or how we are taking action.
Right.
So if you're a Libra rising, what's
I have Aries in the 7th and 6th house because I'm on the cusp, remember?
Okay. So what is a lot of your identity going to be tied to?
Relationships and myself.
All right. and Saturn is the key.
Yeah.
So you're being disciplined about how you share your love with other people. And it's making you go back and check yourself about your self love. Because the greater your development of self love, the more discriminate you are about sharing it.
Yeah.
And so as you're wrapping up that cycle, look at that. Saturn coming back around so you can form a new reality
Yes.
around how your sense of self is shared and it ain't just romantic any like you said these are one-on-one friendships, right?
And family ships and work ships and partnerships and
So
lovers
so
too. Yeah, all of them.
so part of the reason this idea came up in your head about starting this new venture is because your subconscious is saying you're not going to go back through this cycle again of you allowing people to walk over you.
Right.
And that's why you'll want to say what needs to be said.
Yep. You hit it on the nose. And like Imani said, there might be others that need to say something too. Yes.
But in the
But
midst
like
of all
you
of
said,
this,
to piggyback too, I need to make sure that there's like a disclosure in there where we can't expect others to be our healing. We have to be more self-reliant.
and for you, see what it is you're fighting with yourself because you don't want to be your Scorpio sun. You got the ability to bite a motherfucker if you got to.
Cannot even imagine. Thank you for
But
recognizing
your
that. And
but your
have.
Libra rising,
I
it's
want peace.
not your first nature to do that though.
Right. I want peace.
That's not your nature.
Mm-hmm.
You want peace.
Yep.
And what it is this internal battle going on because you don't want to, you're a natural magnet
Mm-hmm.
and you want to be able to attract and not have to, you don't want to have to go through the process of biting and stinging somebody.
Right.
So you're fighting with yourself and Saturn with Neptune also moving through there.
Yep.
You're imagining a new way of interacting with people on a one-on-one level, and Saturn's there providing you with the reminder, especially like you said, when it go back into Pisces, it's reminding you what you're wrapping up.
Yes. 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 Don't you just love it when Jamal come on, Imani? Oh man.
Yep, I
So,
sure do.
and for the record, I support your venture.
Thanks.
I'm a hustler. I never made square money. So
Mm-hmm.
I support hustlers.
Yes. Thank you.
I support people who betting on themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I ain't never the one gonna try to shut down nobody's shine.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
I never felt like
So,
that, Jamal.
Nope.
Please understand, I never felt like that. I was
Nope.
teasing you. It was for camera.
but I support you.
But
I
it,
support you in you
I feel the
being
support.
who's always been there. You feel that?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the support and I appreciate you, brother, on many levels. Like we're all building new soul families, and I'm so grateful for meeting you.
Mm-hmm. Yep, likewise. I sure am too.
Okay,
Definitely
I'm
a
gonna fall back and listen.
I'm wrapping this up because my face is wet and I need some water.
cry
Some
baby.
water. Huh?
Your ex is a crybaby. Water sign. No, I'm just
Scorpios,
playing.
we
I'm
feel.
just
I
messing
don't.
with
I don't even have a conversation like this. I can just literally feel people's energy, and it's not like y'all have to be emotional or.
you.
I'm just feeling your.
I know.
I'm feeling everything about you. I'm feeling your
Yeah.
passion, Jamal. I'm feeling Imani's motivation, and that's why it's not always sad or emotional tears. It's happy
Right.
tears most of the time. Most of the time, I'm just so grateful in the space that I'm in right now, and the understanding, the mindset I have, the children I have, the life I have. It's all.
That's grateful. Yeah. No, I'm just messing with you.
Imani, you want to
It's
say
all
anything to
good.
wrap
It's
up?
good.
No, I'm just happy to be invited every week to speak and to, learn as well. So I like that it's a give and take situation. So I'm grateful to be here. And I just,
Thank you for being here
I
too.
hope that we are, attracting those that we need to attract, and we saying things that are sticking with people and helping them go and learn more about themselves, so they can become more self-aware. So
And
that's it.
I keep saying,
Gemini season.
exactly, since 2020 is the time to have these conversations in Gemini season, but since 2020, they're going to need people like us, especially as more information comes out to the collective. There's going to be more people just wondering how to find peace and how to find, self-awareness and be more responsible in all the things that we're talking about.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes.
So
Go ahead.
I think art is more important than it ever was before.
Yes.
you say it again. He said art.
Art.
You said art.
Art is more art, and that's any type of art. So
Right. Painting, drawing.
if I could make, and this right here is art. Rhetoric, speaking, creating this, so the artist, is the last vestige of the power held in humanity.
Yeah.
And the artist possesses so much power for healing. So I've been trying to encourage people to lean into their artistic expression.
Yes. Innovation is
like everything
too.
Yes, everything you do that's creative, like we don't know what's gonna happen with what your daughter, like where that might, if she just keeps going, she stays motivated, and I would be curious to know if you, and this is just rhetorical, maybe something another that maybe everybody can think about, like what are your artistic forms of expression? What are all of them? Write them down.
Okay. I'll put that in my notes. I mean, I was told the other day, random, when I was talking to the person I'm renting my car so I can do my self-employment with Uber Eats when I need quick cash, that I should stick to one business at a time. So I feel like sometimes I could be a little over creative because I do have the astrology. I do have helping my daughter with my book. I'm also helping my son with his doggy daycare. I'm also, doing this talk show, say what you need to be said. And then I'm also trying to be, delivery courier, sometimes delivering people, driving people. It's just a lot I'm doing, and it made sense what he said, but at the same time, in my mind, I still want to do it my way and I want to have all these business ventures so that I can have all these different incomes and come, what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at the broader picture. If I work hard, I'm gonna still be working hard because it's going to be building on it, but at least I'll have the feeling that I'm accomplishing something, hustling mindset, like you said, and just in a new level. I'm not worried about the sleep I don't get. I'm not worried about none of that. I'm just more of either it's going to be the rat race or it's going to be your own race. And I'm tired of the rat race. I've done the rat race long enough. Started the rat race in 94. That was what Saturn was in Pisces last time too.
So can I ask you a question, Scorpio sun?
Yes, sir, Aquarius sun.
So we're talking sun to sun now. So what's a word that starts with a P that people naturally associate with Scorpio?
Penis or pussy?
Oh shit.
Powerful. Powerful.
Well, goddamn.
I mean, you asked the Scorpio. Okay, after that, I would say
Well,
possessive.
what drives those two organs? What drives those two organs?
Magnetism, but that's not a P word. What
But it,
drives the two organs that is a P word? Power.
okay, that's one. PA.
Imani, help me. We're playing.
I'm
We're playing Jeopardy. I mean, we're playing Wheel of Fortune. PA. That's a Scorpio derived word.
First two letters, PA. You're gonna be mad if I tell you.
What does it rhyme with?
Oh shit. Fashion.
Come on, Sage Rising. You're supposed to be on point with this kind of stuff.
Passion.
Passion. Oh, duh. Mars. Right. Passion. I was mad.
Passion.
Duh.
So, okay.
But I got the other Scorpio words.
Right. That's linked to that word, linked to passion, right?
You're right.
So, what's the difference between Mars and Aries and Mars and Scorpio?
Damn thing, they're the same thing. One's is a little bit more impulsive. The other one is a little more deep and probably a little more intense.
Well, this is how I look at it. Mars and Aries, like you said, is impulsive and irrational, very much.
Yes.
Mars and Scorpio, Scorpio rules over the surgical scalpel.
I thought Aries does too.
So when a Scorpio, no, Aries just rule over knives in general, swords, bullets, anything that goes one direction and cut.
Okay, right.
Scorpio is a specific type of knife. That's why you don't, when a Scorpio is mad at you, they don't respond like Aries. They going for the jugular.
Right. They
see what I'm saying?
What do? We what's the word? We sit back and think about how
they could become diabolical.
Yes, vindictive.
Okay.
Where Aries is a little more impulsive right away. Mm-hmm.
So what I'm trying to do is your power is in your careful plotting motion based on what you're passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, coming from me, now in my chart, all my planets are scattered about in my chart. My chart is called a splash. So I got a lot of stuff I can do. And I can do them pretty good. Right. But I get myself stretched thin because I'll look at somebody, man, I can do that shit better than them. And I'll be into that. I can do that. I can do it better than. And so to the point of that person who said that, what I had would it hit me hard. And Saturn and Aries too. Saturn is mastery. Yeah. So what if you can find a happy medium between something that you're passionate about so much that you would lock in on that and say, I'm gonna master this shit. And then once I master this, then I'm gonna use that as the springboard for these other things. Just a thought process.
Now you're talking about
because I have suffered miserably because of the ability to, I can do this, I can do that, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so maybe for this season, if you lock in on something that really feeds you at a soul level, that you're passionate about that shit, I don't know. I think you might get farther along.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always talking about like the second house and the 8th house and the 10th house and everything, because in terms of what's currently transiting it or what's opposing those, because those are your money houses and the 10th house, your work house, your work ethic and how you show up in public. And, then I look at the 11th house and, how you deal with groups and all those types of things. But that's what I do. That's my strategy to help me, because I know, as I always refer to, for me, with my Mars and Gemini, I will be like the same way, Jamal. and I would be all over the place. And then I know that I'm a life path 5. I want to do everything quick. I want to, on to the next thing. There's a lot that I want to do and can do too. But it's like, in order for me to find that balance and to focus, it's like, okay, what's going on? What's transiting? Where should I focus my energy based on the overall goal, right? Where should I be focusing my energy right now? What part of this, what part of, if I'm talking about healing, if I know my second house and the way that I bring in money is about healing, okay, what part of the healing field do I want to focus on to generate money? You understand what I'm saying? Where am I at in life? How does this fall, fall under the entire goal? And how can I, at the same time, cast a net that will build those relationships for when I want to do future things in other areas. So that's how I have learned to hone in on my scattered energy, because other than that, I would never get nothing accomplished because there's so much that I want to do, but that's how I do it. That's why I'm always talking about focusing on the 2nd, the 6th, the 8th, and 10th and 11th houses to see what's, the transits, what's currently going on, and how it's, affecting mine and where I am in life today. So that's my strategy for me. That's how I hone in on it. That's what's I'm gonna do one, because it's like, I know I want to do it all, but how can I all make it work simultaneously and when it's time, when the stars and planets align for when it's time. So that's what works for me.
I like both
my mindset and my approach.
I like that approach because you're looking at the houses that are kind of dealing with everything that our society is dealing with. But also, Jamal, the Saturn approach, just like paying attention to where Saturn is, especially right now, and especially the new cycle, and especially self-identifying. Like,
shit.
What's wrong?
Listen. Oh, shit. This just hit me. As you're talking, it just hit me.
What's that?
Oh, boy.
Take your time. Take your time. Take your time, preacher. Teacher.
You're a Libra rising.
That is me. The second best under the Libra risings.
And Saturn is mastery, right?
Yes. And
Saturn's in your 7th.
Is that what you're going to say?
No, that it's in your 7th house, right? So it's got accidental dignity right now, even though it's in Aries. So you're very passionate about the world of relationship.
Yes, I am.
So
relationships, not just my own.
Yeah, just relationship as a institution, right?
That's right.
So maybe.
And Gemini the 9th, sorry to cut your wisdom, but Gemini the 9th, so I'm supposed to be teaching and communicating and showing people how to teach and communicate with this Gemini stuff going on.
Yeah, and also you're exploring a new truth though too.
Yes, with the 9th house.
See, everything with you is you're seeing the other side of things.
Yes.
With Libra rising, you're seeing the other side of the truth.
Yes.
Because Gemini is there. Sagittarius is the truth. Gemini is the quest for the truth. Aries is not in the 1st, it's in the 7th. So you're seeing, how does the self get reflected through relationship? And Saturn is the planet of professionalism. Yes. And you're passionate about love.
Yes. I'm
going to leave it right there because you don't know who. You need to sit and just let that simmer.
Yes. Yes. When I went to church, my old pastor used to say, what do you say? Marinate on that.
Sorry if y'all hear the train. Let me mute it.
Really digest that.
I
appreciate that. Listen, I'm hearing everything, and I'm gonna play this back, and I'm gonna study this. Like I always do, because whereas I don't want her to be dependent on anybody, I still take the advice and the perspectives of everybody and make it my own, and it really helps me. It really benefits me, and again, that's why I'm so grateful, because I'm bringing people that are really benefiting me instead of the people that were kind of like laughing behind my back, talking behind my back, not supporting me. You hit it all already. I don't need to go backwards. But thank y'all both for your wisdom and friendship. And I'm gonna let us all rest because we're on the East Coast and it's already Jupiter Day. It's 11:11.
Yeah,
where Jamal is. You're in Central, Jamal, or Mountain?
Yeah, I'm on Texas time.
Texas is Mountain and Central, isn't it?
No, we Central.
Central. Okay. It's up.
We be on our funny shit down here. We call it Texas time.
Texas.
Yeah, we on Central, just an hour behind y'all.
Texas is so big because it's more like the west side of it is in Mountain time. No, the whole thing is Central.
Nah. Like you don't hit Mountain till you get to like I think New Mexico.
Mexico, which is next to Texas.
But yeah, we need to wrap sometime in the. That's all. Yeah, we need to maybe wrap. Have a chat off of the public light. Because everybody got opportunities right now. Don't forget that next month.
Sorry, my daughter's coming
Venus goes in the Taurus.
But go ahead. Sorry, we're in the middle of it.
Hey, that superstar. Venus goes in the Taurus.
Like next week.
Jupiter moves into Cancer.
Yep.
Everybody been catching hell in that Cancer house since September.
Okay.
With
Mars, yeah.
So everybody be ready that if an opportunity, be ready to be able to take advantage of it.
Yes. The Cazimi today too. That's another opportunity I was taking advantage of.
What's that?
The Cazimi today, the Mercury Cazimi.
Oh yeah.
Because Mercury is at home in Gemini, so yeah, a lot of things are kind of moving out of their detriment.
Don't you feel the energy kind of easing up a little bit?
I've been feeling it the whole time. Yeah, getting tighter, then easing up, getting more clarity.
Yes, I know. I feel my Uranus, that energy, that Uranus opposite I've been going through. I'm feeling that easing up for sure.
Yeah.
Everybody pat yourself on the back.
Yeah, we made it.
Pat yourself on the back. It's been a rough patch, and now it's time to be the fool and go on a new journey,
I like that. Yeah. I love Johnny.
Okay, y'all. Well, thank y'all for having me on. Like I said, sorry for.
I appreciate you taking your time out.
Going on and on.
Nothing to be sorry for. We appreciate it.
We are grateful. Please, every time you can, come on in.
Yep.
I'm gonna be more responsible, Saturn and Aries, and on taking my new identity to greater heights by being more consistent. So yeah.
Right on.
See you next time.
Well, peace and prosperity to y'all.
Peace and prosperity.
Peace and prosperity.
Y'all have a great night.
All right.
Everybody
have a good one. Okay. Peace.